Hi, my name is Michael Rhodes, and this is the 12th in my series of short videos. Notice this logo, this beautiful logo, the eternity symbol and the heart symbol. Eternal love. Eternal love. This is what we are. Eternal love. That sounds pretty powerful, doesn't it? Especially the way most people treat themselves, criticize themselves, not good enough, criticize other people, not good enough, criticize children, not good enough. Okay, you might say there are behavioural issues that you're criticizing, but it isn't really the direction to go. And so we are eternal love. We're eternal souls. Souls. We're not personalities. What is a personality? A personality is something we develop. We can make our personality, we can change our personality. It's an interesting thing that when a person becomes spiritually enlightened, that is not about their personality. Spiritual enlightenment is a soul expression. Spiritual enlightenment happens in the moment. And although you could put your finger on linear time and a certain year and a certain month, that's not, that pins it in linear time. Spiritual enlightenment is not a linear event. It's something that happens within consciousness. It's not the end, it's the beginning. It's the ending of your self-annihilation and your self-attack, and the beginning of a new journey where there are no ceilings, nothing to say you've reached a level and where you stop. And so we are souls on an eternal journey. And those souls express love. They are love, expressing love. Paradox is, of course, you have to love yourself to know that you are love. You have to love yourself unconditionally. I never criticize myself. Unconditional love, there is no criticism. I don't criticize other people, whether they like me or not. It's nothing to criticize, it's their choice. You may not like me on videos. In that case, you're probably not looking, so you wouldn't be hearing this. But that's irrelevant, and it should be irrelevant for you. It doesn't matter who likes you and who doesn't, as long as you love you. That's what matters. And so we're souls on an eternal journey. And it's interesting, just imagine there's a little metaphor, and a common one, you've all heard this. There is the ocean, and the sun shines on the ocean, and on a hot day it vaporizes, a lot of it, and it floats up, hardly visible, floats up and forms clouds. And in those clouds it eventually forms, they grow thicker and thicker until there's the moment of precipitation. And then it begins to rain, and each single droplet falls to the earth. One of our lifetimes is the falling to earth of a droplet of rain, falling from the clouds of oneness back to the oneness of the ocean. And we in that experience, as a drop of rain, experience separation. Most humans don't feel connected to all humanity. Some do. Some fortunate ones who are not fortunate, who have developed and grown. So their fortune was of their own making. And so what we develop, we tend to look at is personalities, to be nicer, to be this and that. But what we're doing as souls, all part of one, this vast oneness. You hear the word oneness so much. And so we're all souls with a connection, an energetic connection, because all life is an energetic connection. And what we're developing is individuality. And yet we get focused on personality. Personalities die. They come to an end. If you're very undeveloped, you'll probably cling to that personality and to bring it back with you next time. And you'll do a similar sort of personality again. But when you're more developed spiritually, more conscious and more aware, you let go of that personality. but you never let go of your individuality. So in a way, we are oneness individualizing itself, knowing itself as one. We've got a long way to go. Individuality is not really developed. When you get a crowd stampeding from one point of panic, where they literally trample other people, that is very much the herd instinct, the mob, once again. So we're still developing individuality, the individuality in the expression of souls. This planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned, is a kindergarten planet, and there's nothing wrong in that, nothing to criticize ourselves for. But it's a kindergarten planet, and so we're still learning individualization. Think how exciting it is as an immortal being. This is the beginning. Oh yeah, we've been around a few million years, if you bother to count it in a linear fashion, but foreverness awakes. And we're moving into the vastness of creation, a vastness beyond any human comprehension. And we are eternal souls. And the souls tend to get ignored. The soul comes into the body at a various stage, generally around the 5th month, 3rd, 5th, even the 7th month. And the body is born and the soul is born with it. And immediately our parents treat us like a little body, a new little person, personality, a new little person. There's not many begin to talk as soon as the soul enters, begin to dialogue with the soul and play music to it, but there's increasing numbers doing that. And so we get treated like a little person, a little personality, and we develop it. Some things mummy likes, and if she treats us well, we tend to do that because it gets rewarded, and we tend not to do the other things because we get smacked. And so all this starts to develop a personality. You and I know a lot of people have a personality to please other people. Just to please other people, not please ourselves particularly, but to please other people. We want other people to like us. And if they like us, just maybe we can like ourselves. Do you know what? It doesn't work. Your next incarnation will be the same program over and over and over. And this is why we're going through this period we're going through, the Great Awakening. It begins with you recognizing that you are eternal being, that you are love, learning to express love, learning what it is to be an individual in the whole, in the one. You're not a personality, and you really don't need to be too concerned about your personality. If other people don't like your personality, it's their problem. It doesn't have to be yours. As long as you love who you are, your personality will begin to reshape itself in the way that you treat yourself. Your greatest relationship you will ever have is your relationship with self, not your relationship with your personality. Your relationship with who you are, an eternal, beautiful being. And once you develop that relationship, then personality will shape itself in the most beautiful way. And you'll suddenly find people like your personality, and you think, well, that's strange. What did I do? You didn't do anything. It's doing something to correct a mistake that you haven't made. That's what doesn't work. Just choose love. Love yourself. Be who you are. Be who you are naturally. Knowing each morning, realizing I am an eternal soul. I am an individual learning what it is to be part of the whole and an individual at the same time. I am love. Consciously choose love.